Okay, the two short legs ahead are pretty much like two Sydney Hobarts, really. What sort of navigational challenges have you got? Plenty of rocks and plenty of tide?
Yeah, no, it's just basically the next couple of legs are going to be really, really intense. They're short legs. I think the fleet's going to be very sort of tightly packed together, and yeah, we've got a lot more coastal sailing than say in some of the other legs. So I think yeah, the sort of intensity is going to be the biggest challenge, and then the fact that you're going to have to be on it 24/7 basically.
Yeah, but mainly upwind.
Yeah, at the moment this next leg's looking like it's predominantly upwind, so it'd be quite uncomfortable at times. The weather could be quite strong in Biscay as well. And Finisterre is obviously a fairly treacherous place to sail in terms of wind speed as well, so I think it's not going to be an easy leg by any stretch.
And so it's a matter of keeping the boat together, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's always an element of it, yeah, and once you get over 30 knots of wind in these boats or any offshore boat really, you're really looking after the boat and making sensible decisions and looking after your gear, so I think there will be an element of that, at least at parts of this boat, if not for most of this game.
Yeah, now AIS, it looks like it's made a major change to the way people sail.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a game changer. It's a big game changer, and with the way things are going, it looks like it's probably here to stay. So, it's a very useful tool, and we sort of a fair bit of energy on making sure we use it correctly and understand how it works. But now, when you're within 10 miles of the boat, you're effectively two-boat testing. So it sort of brings a lot of intensity, and there's really nowhere to hide. But tactically, it can also make it a bit more complicated as well, because often when you're ahead, the boats couldn't see what you're doing. Now if you sail into a light patch sailing up the coast or whatever, all the other boats can see you if they're in AIS range, so it's easier for them to avoid it. So it has advantages and disadvantages as well, and it's good to understand them. Yeah.
It keeps the fleet very close.
Yeah, no, and it definitely it has the effect of keeping the fleet closer.
Yeah,
for sure.
In the leg into Cape Town, I interviewed your skipper on the matter of AIS, and he said you guys had jokingly talked about the only way you get away from somebody would be to drop back and and tackle a jibe. You effectively got yourself in that situation in this last leg, didn't you?
Yeah, we almost did it. I think the other boats would probably just about see us when we jibed off. But it's pretty hard now when the fleet's tightly packed to do anything without the other boats noticing. And equally, for the boat initiating the move, it's easy to see the reaction of the other boats whether they suddenly come with you or don't. So you kind of get an idea of their strategy. And I think sort of understanding what's going on there and what you see in the AIS data and all that sort of stuff, it's important to sort of have a good feel for what's going on and how that's affecting it.
Yeah, and the binoculars are getting worn out.
The binoculars still get used a lot in spite of the AIS data, yeah. It's always actually good to go on deck and sort of check in with the real world, because you can see things on AIS and it can actually make it all feel a lot closer than it is. And, you can see a boat really clearly on AIS sometimes, then you go up on deck and there's a little tiny speck on the horizon. So.
And you're not quite as stressed out.
No, I mean, it's funny, it just sort of brings different challenges having the AIS data. Obviously, when we're on our own, you can't see any other boats, and we have to rely on the 6-hour skids. You have to be much more confident in the way you're going, your decision making. Are you on the right sail? Are you sailing in the right mode? All of that sort of stuff. So yes, in some respects, it's easier when you're on AIS range because you can see if you're going well or badly, if you're in the right sail or the wrong sail. But all of a sudden, when you are in AIS range, that level of intensity goes up, because any small mistake, any error, you just start straight away in the range of bearing to the other boat. So for some people it's a bit more relaxing.
Yeah.
For others it's a lot more intense.
Yeah, and you're on the intense side.
Yeah, I can be on both sides of that. Sometimes when you can see the whole fleet in AIS, it's not too bad because you know where everyone is and you've got tabs on everyone. But equally, when we're all close together, the guys on deck feel the stress a lot more because any gains or losses are seen immediately.
Okay, with 7 boats again and a short event, so the women are quite likely to be up there in the mix. They've been able to hang in quite well in the first couple of days or the first week of a long range. So they're reasonably likely to be up there. So there's a chance that you get a 1-7 or a 2-6 split. All possible, isn't it?
Yeah, no, anything's possible in these last few legs. I think any one of the 7 boats sitting out there have got the ability and capability to win a leg. So I think it's going to be really close racing. I think that the fleet will also stay pretty close. So anything can happen really. So we've got to be on our toes.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Cool, thank you.